one foot at a time. That's kind of almost like dynamic kind of workout. You're kind of like breathing. You walk fast, that's probably way better. Like walk and then fast and then small, fast, like the interval. Try to do that. Yes, I challenge you. Walk, 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 then walk fast. Walk, 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 walk fast kind of way. But make sure to kind of like, don't overdo it. That's another thing. You might find it funny. You might find it fun. It creates good hormones, happy hormones. Definitely try it out. I don't know the whole story about it, but we have daily walks instead of 10,000 steps. Like in Japan, you've seen our old people, they live for a long, long time. We bike every day. We walk every day. If you're going to travel to Japan, you'll be amazed of how much walking you are about to do if you visit Japan. So if you were like first timer, make sure to wear shoes that are very, very comfortable for a long walks, because you don't want to like have car in Tokyo. It's just kind of like lame. You cannot really get the whole experience if you don't do the trains, if you don't do the walking around. I thought trains were everywhere. It is everywhere, but what I'm saying is like, even though the trains are everywhere, like if you go to a temple or a park, like in that shopping area, it's walking. And Japan is a nice place to get lost because it's safe. At least my experience. You can just walk all over Tokyo, Japan, and then you can see a lot of shops you've never seen in your life. You can find like restaurants that look like in an anime that you've watched. So these are the things that you cannot find if you're just going to hop train to train to train. You're gonna find this in more of like an alleyway where you have to walk away from the station. So if you're the type of person who likes to experience that authenticity of it all, then you are in a great walk in Japan. It's a lot of walking and biking, and we have rentals now. ICEE, how is the dating apps in Japan? The dating apps in Japan, I don't know. I don't think I've ever been into dating apps because I feel like there's like categories of dating apps, right? Parang ang ano, ayan ang ilaw natin. Ayan, dating apps. So there are dating apps for like probably finding your loved, like the one. And there's also dating apps that are just for DTF, diba? If you don't know that, Google that. But I've never been into the DTF dating site, so I could not really tell you. But according to the single people that I am working with, there's like Pair. It's almost like Tinder, but there's also like dating apps in Japan. So if you're in Japan, maybe try to get into one of those. Good luck. And one of my friend will come to visit Tokyo. I told him he can try dating apps to discover trends in Japan when it comes to dating. Well, that's very, very, very true, guys. Ayan. You can always, like, if you come to Japan, there are people who are DTF. Just to make sure to protect yourself at all times and don't lay your seedlings around like there's no tomorrow. And make sure to not leave any proof if you're just visiting Japan. Ganon, ayun. ICEE, I've been wanting to ask you, are those tattoo? No. This isn't tattoo. I am mystery machine. I cannot have tattoo on my face, especially, in Japan. It's like, it's still a no-no in Japan, especially, if you want to work in a very, I wouldn't say respectable, because that's kind of like subjective, but in a kind of like customer service way, you cannot have any tattoo. It's a no-no. It's a contract ender. So yes, unfortunately, it's not a tattoo. And if I'm going to have tattoo, guys, it probably wouldn't be on my face. Ayun. Not to shame the people that has tattoo on their face. It's just not my thing. Probably my thing would be in the back, like a huge hentai anime in my back. You get that? You got that? Good for you. Ayan. She has tattoo. No, I can't. There are things in Japan, even if it's hidden, there are certain things you cannot just hide. So if someone just peeled out even just a little bit of tattoo, especially it's written in your contract that you cannot have that, you're gonna get fired. It'll cost you your job. So I'm not that stupid to take certain risks. Especially, I really do love my job. So even though it sucks, you cannot do certain things that you wanted to do. It's like YouTube. We have certain rules and regulations. And no matter how much you wanted to do the things you want to do, there are certain rules that we should follow. And I do try to follow that because I want to feel like I'm a good person, okay? Don't judge me. Mystery Machine says, oh, wow, I didn't know it was that serious in Japan. It can basically end your life. Well, not end your life. More and more Japanese are more open to tattoo. So basically what I'm trying to say is, there are certain rules and regulations and qualifications that a lot of countries actually imply or apply. So if you are trying to find your dream job, make sure to understand and kind of like research those things before you do certain stuff, especially when it comes to tattoo. For me, it's a very, very, maybe it's because I grew up as a Christian and we're not talking about religion. I just said it like that. For some part, I wouldn't dismiss the thought of I wouldn't say brainwashed, but the thought of how Christianity would tell you that treat your body as your temple kind of thing. I don't know if that's Christianity, maybe it's different, but I do like that thought. I like the idea. So when it comes to tattoo, it's something permanent. Even though there's laser, you can still take them off. It's something that I really take seriously. And if I ever get one for myself, it's going to be the place that I've already researched. It doesn't matter how much it is. I'm going to save up money just for that because it's something that I'm going to put on my body. So for people who wants to have tattoo, especially if you're young, like you're a teenager, your brain function is still not there yet. I hope you're smart enough to understand that there are certain jobs that they have qualifications like that, especially if you are going to live in Japan. Private tattoo. Well, I don't have private tattoo. I wish I could, so I could tell you a story, but I don't. I'm super clean. Super clean. Oh, it must have something to do with the Yakuza. What a what? No, it's just kind of like a culture. It's way back. That kind of like conversation is more of like, because it is associated with that. It's not just Yakuza, but it is associated with people that have, let's just say, dark past or something that is in that illegal type of sense. So it's just a stereotype. It's not like that anymore. Japan is kind of slow when it comes to progress. We still stick to our culture and how we think of it. I would understand if other people in different countries see it as such a big deal, but that it is what it is. You're from Philippines, so okay, gotcha. My bad. I'll give the explanation. Since we're a conservative nation, as I'm from India and also Japan is a conservative, it's not recommended in these conservative places to have a person with tattoos in job. Not all jobs though, certain important and high jobs. So I think it's the same. So in India, Japan, it's probably in that same category. The stereotype of who has tattoo and not. In the Philippines, I don't know now, but I feel like it's not such a big deal unless it's high status job or hierarchy. I've never seen I wonder if Duterte has a tattoo. Because I wonder is like how many politicians in the Philippines, like the president of any other countries have a tattoo that is being shown or like be like proud of. And Tamil 7 is a question, isn't it a common sense to know that tattoos might get you banned at certain places and not jobs? The thing is, I'm coming from a certain culture. Whenever I see an outsider spoken about how big deal it is that Japan is doing whatever we're doing, it feels to me that there are certain explanation why. And maybe because like in the Philippines, I don't think it is a big deal as much as it is here in Japan. I've seen a lot of people in America that you can work anywhere if you have a tattoo, not on the face though. So I don't know how common it is. I don't know. I don't know if it's common sense. For me, it is because I come from Japan. So I don't know in other countries. Yeah. I think it's because since Philippines is an island nation, and also in island, it's always predominantly tribes living at ancient times. So tattoos are a part of the tribe culture, and having tattoos is ingrained in your culture. But consider nations consider tattooed person as someone else who stands out and they need to look like everyone as normal human. Example, no tattoos, hence no tattoos. Okay, did I read that correctly, Ayun? I like that. Yeah, you'll read that right. Sorry for the big. Don't be sorry. I love those. I love reading comments. It just means you're really trying to interact with me. Is really, really nice. Try to be very nice to each other. And if someone triggered you, as I've said, don't take things too personally. Even me, I always aware of that because when we talk, there's a lot of opinions throwing right and left. So if you have trigger points, make sure to practice that. It's all about mindset. Make sure to practice that with me as I am practicing that with you.